Hey everybody, it's Rob from the 411 for the 719. I'm here with Christy Carter from WorkWife, and we are doing the first relaunch of the podcast. And I wanted Christy, who's one of our mods too, to be our first guest. And so, welcome, Christy. How are you?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Thanks for being my guinea pig here.
Yeah.
So you own the company WorkWife. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your company.
Yeah. So, WorkWife is a company that was built to support small businesses through growth struggles. I spent the last 6 years building an HVAC company, and we went from the kitchen table to 5 million in 6 years. And there were several points along that path where I just needed some help. I needed to get off a marketing seesaw where I was either marketing or working. I needed some help in the office, and I really needed to be able to like catch up on data entry projects and just things that I didn't feel like were worth my time in getting it done, and they just started piling up on me, and there was really no place to go or support to get, and I wasn't really in a position to be able to hire anybody, so I stopped answering the phone to get the work done. And so, what WorkWife does is we provide marketing services. We answer your phone, we reply to your messages on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, email, text message, and we do data entry projects and help with software implementations. And so, it was everything that I ever wanted and couldn't find.
Oh, that's awesome. So you said something to me the other day when we were talking about your business. There was three words that you used that have been zooming around in my head. Do you remember what those are?
I don't know.
Oh,
Maybe.
you said work wife fills the gap.
Oh, yeah. We fill all
Yep,
the
yep,
gaps.
yep. And
Yep.
I thought
That's what we're using.
that was incredible. As a business owner myself, uh, the juggle of all of those tasks and every day knowing that okay, I didn't get that done. Okay, I didn't get that done. Or last year I had a and cell phone repair shop, and I'd find myself sitting on the bench working on cell phones, knowing the calls weren't getting responded to, emails and messages. So that's a genius business model to, especially for small businesses and with one or two or a handful of people. That's pretty incredible. I think that kind of answers the question too. How did you get your start in the industry through your own business experience, right?
Yeah, this is actually my fifth company. And so, I mean, I've seen lots of different, avenues, and I've made a lot of mistakes and I've learned a lot of things. And I think one of the biggest ones is you can't do it all by yourself. And there's not a support system for when you're just small and you can't get that employee. So that's really where it starts.
That's pretty incredible. So let me ask you, what unique or innovative approaches does your business take besides the
So
probably the whole concept
yeah.
itself?
Yeah, yeah. So I think really the most unique thing about me is that we're really a marketing agency. We're a tool to help your business grow. And there's a lot of marketing agencies out there. There's a lot of different avenues and different philosophies in marketing and how to grow and what you can do. But what's missing is the support that it takes to do the growth after the fact. So a lot of people can make your phone ring, but they can't help you answer it. And that's the difference is we're not just there in the front, we're there to support you all the way through that growth until you're in a place to hire. And we can even help you train that person in those processes that have already been put in place.
Have you heard of the term generalist? A
No.
generalist. I'm going to send you a link. There's a
Yeah, this
Slack
is
group
great. Yeah.
called the Generalists, and
Okay.
they advocate for a role called the chief of staff. And
Okay.
I think what you're describing is a chief of staff, somebody who fills the gaps, and they plug those holes that you can't even really necessarily quantify the totality of the duties.
Yeah.
And so they call the role chief of staff, and there's a Slack group I'm going to send you to.
Okay.
But
That's awesome.
as a business owner, I can think immediately. I think I want to hire you
Good. This
for my
is
real
really
estate business
something.
too. Right, right.
Great.
You're kind of like
Yeah.
on the real estate side, you'd be a transaction coordinator and more. Transaction coordinator
Yeah.
slash social media slash business advocacy. That's really cool. Good job.
Yeah. We fill all the gaps. So like I
Fill
love
the
that you
gaps.
reminded me of that from the other
Oh yeah,
day.
yeah. I
Yeah.
actually went to Chat
Yeah.
GPT and I was like, for my business, what is another way to say fill the gap? And I'll tell you what, yeah, as cool as I think ChatGPT is, it did not nothing else that it
Um,
came up with resonated as well as fill the gaps. That was fill the gap. That was pretty cool. But okay, so what are some of the biggest challenges you faced, and how did you overcome them?
Right now I'm a couple months in, and so I'm in the place where I need a work wife. But luckily, I've got some really great people that I've stayed in contact with over the years who have come on board in the tiniest of ways to be able to help me get through some of these little hurdles before I'm ready to bring them on full time. I was just telling you earlier that like one's about to be full time next week, and I'm pretty excited about that. So just being able to get to that point of bringing in the help, and I know how important that help is because that's what we're here for. And I want to make sure that I have enough staff and people ready to go on a moment's notice for that person who has something sudden happen, because that's a place we're here for too. So your office gets sick. If you're already set up with
Oh
us, then
wow,
we just increase the call volume. So you don't have to worry about it. I ran a 5-man office by myself once during COVID because literally everybody but me that was sick. And
that's
you don't
pretty
have to do
that's
that.
that's pretty incredible. So you're also offering a temp service kind of thing, like we can temporarily step in and fill the gap.
Yeah, yeah,
And okay, that's really cool.
absolutely.
That that requires quite a knowledge of their business too. That's that's good on you. Let's see. How does your business engage with the local community?
So I am a big believer in karma. So I've actually brought in a lot of people and talked to a lot of small business owners, and they're just not in the position still to be able to get in their budget, even hiring someone, even though what we charge is not anything close to what it takes to bring on an employee. And so I've worked with several people on strategies and planning and marketing calendars and how to do this whole thing yourself. As a matter of fact, just on Friday, I had someone in my office from a nonprofit, and we were having Facebook 101 because that was something that she really needed to learn. Right now, I'm also working on an adaptive figure skater. We're working on promotion on a Facebook page for her. So anywhere that I can help, I always help. I feel like the more good you put out in the world, the more you're going to bump into.
100% agree. And shameless plug, Chrissy's moderator in the 411, so I can tell you she's everywhere too, just doing it all. How would you say your business differentiates from the competition? If
I
you
don't
even
really
have
think I have
competition in your
any yet.
that's what I
Yeah.
was gonna say,
I
right?
mean, the only thing I can think of is that like marketing companies, might be probably the closest thing to what I offer, but then again, they don't have that support factor. So far, I feel like I'm kind of on my own out there, but I'm sure I'll have some friendly competition, and I'm excited to see what that looks like.
There's a steep hill for them to climb to compete with you.
Thanks.
What's your vision of for the future of your business?
I would really like to be able to bring on additional services. Like, ultimately, I want to have bookkeeping also. Like, I really want to be like a full plug and play solution for like, I want to start a business, but I don't want to deal with the office. I just want to do that piece that I love, that thing that I'm good at. And I think a lot of business owners, they get into business thinking that the business is that thing that they love, that they're really good at. And they're kind of sad to find out that now they have to do this business piece and not the thing that they love. And so I want to be able to give everybody a chance to just continue to do what they love, and we'll take on the rest.
Have you read the book E Myth Revisited?
I have read this book actually. It's been a
Okay.
long time, but
Yeah.
yes, yes, I have.
One of my favorite anecdotes from that book is the chef who goes and opens their own restaurant, thinking that they can do that, and then quickly finds out they're not a great manager. And so
Yeah,
the book advocated for, if you're going to open your own restaurant, hire a work wife or hire a manager. Uh, so if you want to still cook, I found
yeah,
that out last year when I opened that computer store. I think I'm really good at electronics, and I'm really good at I think business management, but when I mirrored the two, I found out as a sole proprietor, uh, if I had an employee call out, suddenly I was working on the phones and trying to do the business, and it was too much for one person.
yeah. Mm-hmm. It
That's
really it snowballs sometimes.
it does, and so yeah, well, cool, very cool. Let's do a couple fun questions here. What was your dream job as a kiddo?
So I was a weird kiddo. I wanted to be a sign language interpreter, and my best friend was deaf, and I grew up around her, and her whole family was deaf, and so I kind of learned the language organically, and like from the time I was like in second grade, that was what I wanted to do, and so that's actually what I went to college for, and I did do interpreting for several years. I got certified when I was 18, and I was young, and I didn't end up staying in it, but I did dream about it and I made it happen. So I count that as a win.
That's very cool. Well,
Yeah.
if you could eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
So that's kind of a hard question actually, because like my favorite thing to eat is gyros. Like,
Oh,
I
okay.
absolutely love them, but, like, when I think about eating them every single day, like, would I love them anymore? That one really kinda so, like, I think I'd probably have to do something a little less, like, a little more neutral. Like, maybe I would probably go with, like, salad because I think it has some options, in the way that
Yeah.
it would be created and built, but still, like, within the I could eat it every day and not get sick.
I'm a fan of the strawberry poppy seed salad from Panera. I
Oh,
could
yeah.
probably eat that every day. Yep, that's light
Yes,
enough to
yes.
me and still tasty enough. Okay, last one. If you could time travel to anywhere and any where would you, where when and where would you go?
I think I would go here in the 1920s. I just feel like there was so much revolution and troublemaking for women during that period that, like, I would have loved it then.
I
Absolutely.
as somebody who knows you, I think that's a good that's a good time frame for you.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you very much for your time. How can we get a
Yes.
hold of you?
So my website is getworkwife.com. You can find me through there. You can schedule online. If you want to reach out by phone or text, my number is also 719-203-1556.
Well, thank you very much, Christy. This is Christy Carter with WorkWife, and you can also hit her up as a mod in the 411. Thank you all for your
Always.
time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.